All right, let's talk about Tesla, because something huge, a massive strategic shift, is happening right now inside one of the world's most watched companies.
So check this out. For the first time ever, Tesla's growth, which seemed absolutely unstoppable, has slammed on the brakes. In 2025, their annual revenue actually went down by 3%.
I mean, that incredible ride up, that beautiful S-curve that was all driven by their iconic cars, it really looks like it might be over. The core market for their vehicles is just, well, it's getting saturated.
So what do you do when your main engine starts to stall? Well, if you're Tesla, you attempt one of the most audacious, most expensive pivots in modern corporate history. Okay, let's get into it.
Okay, so first things first, we have to really get our heads around the core problem here. The car business, which used to be this unstoppable machine, well, it's faltered.
And this isn't just a vibe, you know? The hard data backs this up. This isn't just a feeling, it's a real structural slowdown. Just look at these numbers. Deliveries of the Model 3 and Y, their bread and butter, are down 7%. And overall auto revenue, that's dropped almost 10%. The growth machine is seriously sputtering.
And this isn't happening in a vacuum. At the exact same time, you've got this fierce competition just eating away at Tesla's lead. We're not just talking about sales volume where BYD has already blown past them. No, this is a technology race. You've got companies like Xiaomi iterating so much faster, offering cars with better range and cooler features for less money. For the first time, really, Tesla is playing defense.
So how does Tesla respond to all this? You'd think, okay, a new car is coming, but no. It's a strategic retreat. In a move that honestly shocked a lot of people, they're discontinuing the very products that built the brand. The flagship Model S and X are getting what they're calling an honorable discharge to make way for the future.
Right? It makes no sense on the surface. Why on earth would you kill your most famous, iconic products? Well, because this move is absolutely central to Tesla's massive pivot. They need that factory space for something completely different. And that brings us to the second part of this whole story.
So, while the car business is hitting all these bumps in the road, there's another part of Tesla that's just quietly booming. It's providing a financial lifeline. And honestly, this is the part of the story that most people are completely missing.
And this chart just lays it all out, crystal clear. Look at that contrast. Auto revenue drops almost 10%, while the energy division just skyrockets by over 26%. This isn't a side hustle anymore. It's become a critical financial stabilizer for the entire company.
So what's driving this? The secret sauce here is something called the Megablock. And look, this isn't just a bigger battery. Think of it more like a pre-built plug-and-play solution. It's making grid-scale energy storage dramatically faster and cheaper for utility companies. It basically solves their two biggest headaches, cost and speed.
Okay, so with the energy business holding things down and keeping things stable, Tesla is now making this enormous, high-risk bet on its future. It's not about selling cars anymore. It's about becoming a physical AI company. What does that even mean? Well, it means their AI doesn't just live in the cloud. It moves and interacts with the real world through robots and vehicles.
And the star of this show, the centerpiece of this entire gamble, is the Robotaxi, powered by full self-driving. And if you listen to Tesla, the technology is already far, far safer than you or me behind the wheel.
Yeah, but then you look at the independent data from their pilot program in Austin, and you see a starkly different story. The data shows a Tesla Robotaxi crashing about every 55,000 miles. Now compare that to a human driver at 200,000 miles, or a Waymo, which is at over 1 million miles between crashes. So we're not talking about a small gap here. This is a massive gulf between the marketing claim and the real-world performance.
And this safety gap really points to a core technical challenge. See, Tesla's vision-only system relies solely on cameras, and it really struggles in bad weather, like heavy rain. It's a physics problem, right? Cameras just can't see through a downpour. Their competitors, who use things like LiDAR and radar, they don't have this limitation. When it pours, Tesla's system can be forced to disengage, which is kind of a big deal for a 24/7 robotaxi service.
So how do you solve a physics problem with software? Well, you throw an insane amount of money at it. Tesla is spending over $20 billion on infrastructure to achieve total AI independence. We're talking new supercomputers, a massive $2 billion investment in Elon Musk's other AI company, and even this moonshot plan to build its own semiconductor factories. It's an all-in bet.
So, where does all this leave us? With all this upheaval, all this spending, what does the future of Tesla even look like? Well,
Analysts basically see three completely different ways this could all play out.
Okay, let's start with the bull case. This is the dream scenario. The massive gamble pays off, they actually solve full self-driving, the Robotaxi network goes live, and boom, Tesla isn't valued like a car company anymore. It's revalued as a leader in AI infrastructure worth trillions.
Then there's the base case, the more middle-of-the-road view. Here, the energy business does great, the software subscriptions grow, but that Robotaxi dream, it stays just that, a dream. Full autonomy proves to be just too difficult, and the company's valuation just kind of stagnates, weighed down by all that massive spending.
And finally, you have the bear case, the worst-case scenario. The AI projects just become giant money pits, the technology never crosses that critical safety threshold, the capital runs out, and the company faces a severe revaluation as the world realizes the second act never arrived.
So what you have here is Tesla in this incredibly high-stakes race against time, betting its entire future on a radical pivot. The real question is, can it build its second empire in AI and energy before its first automotive empire crumbles? This isn't just a story about one company. It's a trillion-dollar question about the future of technology, and it's playing out right before our eyes.